Put my shit back on this fucking porch. Yeah. I saw you when you got out the motherfucking car. You're trying to put my shit back on this motherfucking porch.
Sure.
You done lost your motherfucking mind. You done come up on my shit and took my shit.
You got it.
You lucky.
You got it.
You lucky.
You got it.
Motherfucker. You see this motherfucker just tried to take the car?
Guys text you, did you take the plan B? No. I forgot.
Wait. What's this I see? What is this?
Fact that Martin Luther King is the man that fought for freedom, or the fact that he was cheating on his wife?
Jesus. I'm gonna give you this example. He's a great father. He's a great businessman. He's a great CEO. He's an entrepreneur. He's such a boss.
He's a boss.
Look at that man. He's a boss. He's a great father. Look at him, that strong black man.
Look at him being at his kid's game.
But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband. But he's great in all these other aspects. How are you a great leader, a great CEO, a great black man? You're not great.
You're
not great. God, you're not. That is triggering.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a good dad. You're not a good dad because you don't respect me. How the fuck you showing these kids you a good father and you don't respect their mother? You're not a great dad, my nigga. You're an okay human.
Someone being...
Example. He's a great father. He's a great businessman. He's a great CEO. He's an entrepreneur. He's such a boss.
He's a boss.
Look at that man. He's a boss. He's a great father. Look at him, that strong black man.
Look at him being at his kid's game.
But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband. But he's great in all these other aspects. How are you a great leader, a great CEO, a great black man? You're not great. You're not great. God, you're not. That is triggering.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a good dad. You're not a good dad because you don't respect me. How the fuck you showing these kids you a good father and you don't respect their mother? You're not a great dad, my nigga. You're an okay human. Strong black man.
Look at him being at his kid's game.
But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband. But he's great in all these other aspects. How are you a great leader, a great CEO, a great black man? You're not great. You're not great. God, you're not. That is triggering.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a good dad. You're not a good dad because you don't respect me. How the fuck you showing these kids you a good father and you don't respect their mother? You're not a great dad, my nigga. You're an okay human.
Someone being a good person to you means they're a good person to you. Someone being a good person to everyone.
All right, enough of that. Welcome again to another session here on the Chaos Rain channel. As you know, I go by name Chaos Rain. Chaos, the one and only. And if you are new to the channel, welcome to the Chaos Rain channel. And for all those in the future that will be new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that red button, that top, not that middle, not that lower. That's not good. Hitting the lower bell does not work for you. Middle, somewhat, but it still won't give you what you need. The top bell is key. That's where the party is at. So make sure you hit the top bell. Also, follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. And now you go add me on Facebook now. Eric Rain on Facebook. Shall I spell for you? Or shall will? It's spelled ERICK. Rain. So, and one other thing. I also have a Discord link as well. So please, you'll find that in the About section. So, what is the conversation for today? As you see from the video ahead, and I forgot some things. I put some things up in here. Where's my? Ooh, I did not put this here. Where? Oh. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. You know, I'm still getting used to this. But as you know, make sure you like, comment, and share this video. Probably gonna go in on this. As you could tell, and let me make sure my studio looks nice and neat. Stop sharing. Oh, it disappeared. I'll get it back. Let me start removing some things. Clean up the studio a little bit. The title for today's stream is titled MLK is a cheater with a question mark. Not exclamation point, but a question mark nonetheless. And is it ironic you find C-list entertainers, comedians at best, have their views and opinions of other great men? It's even to the point now that you notice a lot of them have a lot of mouth about what men do with their phallus, or what they want to call, or what men in certain space call the dick policing. As you know, it is not always attractive, much less sexy, for any woman to be concerned what the man does with his own penis, unfortunately. But this is the world we live in today, ironically. As you know, Miss Simmone is, I guess, a 32-year-old woman. She's at the wall stage, unfortunately, fellas. So, you know, when you hear women talk like this, that is the mindset of a person that is now approaching, that's actually at the wall. And in the next couple of years, she'll be breaking the wall soon. But nonetheless, you know, she has her views and opinions of other leaders. Now, mind you, only in our community we will talk about what people have done in the past that paved the way for a lot of us to get and indulge in the lavish luxury of what we call Western world America today, because they didn't fought, bled, or got their ass beat, or whatever it takes to get black people where they are. We must give thanks and praise for these men, ironically. But we all know in certain entertainment, especially, they have to keep constantly shitting on the black man. What's good, Queen's Virtue? I wouldn't don't mind if you come up, Queen's Virtue. Let me do this. Did I share everything? Yeah, I did. Let me do this. I'll pin it on top anyway. For now. For you, Queen of Virtue, I would like to have you up. That's what was the reason why I was hitting you up. But I would love a woman up here like yourself, because you're a woman that is teaching and trying to build an alternative to these problems. So if you may, Miss S. Shalom, come upstairs, please. Chaos is asking for you nicely to come upstairs to his office. One thing is evident that when we look at history and history as a whole, there are many men that will do things out of character that is not going to be friendly. Hell, some things men do nowadays is not nice, but nonetheless, the work needs to be done. And sometimes some bones have to be break, and some people got to get their butts kicked. Even to the point that some leaders will get their own butts kicked, as you know from MLK back in the days. Now, mind you, if you look at the history of Martin Luther King, and there are many books. I remember Mary Brown talked about From Where We Go From Here, or Tragedy of Hope. I don't know if they're sure if that's the names of the books, but there are countless books that Martin Luther King has written through the times he was still on this earth. And it's his reflections of his experience, and his experience alone, nonetheless, that led Black people up to this point. And always was fear of the future of Black folks. One thing is evident when we're talking about what's this? Hold on, guys. Let me do this. When we're talking about other great leaders, it is evident that they're going to go around and exercise their options. You know that thing, that term that Kevin Samuels has been saying to dumb fucking people for the last 2 fucking years, especially to the ladies. And he made a more greater push during the end of 2021 going on 2022. And I think it was in between last year and this year. And he explains not only how it's done, but why men that have more options, status, notoriety, are going to exercise options, whether we like it or not. Now, I've done a stream on this about cheating. And one of the nicest, most wicked type of cheaters that was never discussed until he slipped up was the one named Mr. Derek Jackson. Now, mind you, I don't follow a lot of these dudes, social media, YouTube, etc. But to know that these guys are pushing products and service to women is very much laughable. Because what essence or importance you need of a product to find a so-called perfect mate? Is God going to drop a man on the sky for you ladies to absorb your problems, your struggles in life? Or you have to do so and put in the necessary work to get the man that you need for the basic necessities? There's a difference between wants and needs. I hope people follow me good. Make sure y'all like the stream, share the stream, because I have to sit there, lay this out, because this got traction for some reason, and she never got much traction after I, as you know, I played for the first time what she said. You get me? Now, we all talk about vows and respect, right? And most of the vows that we take today in the West we call America is all Christian-based vows. Even to the point where, if you look at Black people, as much as I want to say this, we don't really operate on the average whole through this monogamy nonsense, from what I'm seeing now. And I always question, has it always been like this? The answer is pretty much no. And the reason why it is because when there is more of a surplus of a certain species, there's always going to be that other species going to do what's necessary to attract the flock. As you know, there's more women than men. So like anything in nature, women are going to express themselves through their beauty and even entice the females to get as their own. You are fighting biology, ladies. And because this fight biology, you refuse to either hopefully get one mate, possibly, or you're going to share that mate. The choice is always yours. And cheating is no different from the exception to this rule. Now, I always think and contemplate, is cheating always right? As I look at throughout the history as we stand, even the times when most people were married, either by 50 or 80%, right? Marriage at the time, whether people could resolve it or not, they made it work nonetheless. And most of those things, you know, deals with what we call infidelity, unfortunately. Now we all know that at times some people could divorce, but it was very rare back in them days. And I'm hoping when my good friend Mary Brown does more of a series dealing with the Master series, it goes more detail of this personally. because I would like to take a look at certain things that the black man has bestowed on himself through the indoctrination of the Western culture, i.e., Eurocentric culture, which was created, engraved in his psyche through other groups of men, especially European men. So his behavior is reflective of the European man, as much time most slaves don't want to notice or respect this. He is that black man or that white man covered in blackface, unfortunately. He fights an urge for his patriarchal rightful place. And he will get it one way or the other. You hear most of these dudes in certain spaces talking about say they want to take care of everything, and you sit your butt down. It can be offensive sometimes because it goes back to your psyche and DNA, and it brings back that trauma of what they call abuse. And I heard about enough of this abuse, unfortunately. Whether it's physical, which mostly that's what they talk about, less than verbal. And everybody handles abuse differently. Certain men handle abuse different than women, and women handle abuse different from men. Nonetheless, abuse is abuse. And we have to go back to the root cause of where this, how we learn this. This is a learned and genetically embedded epigenetic behavior that we are at as a people, unfortunately. So when we talk about this thing about infidelity and cheating nonsense, that is part of our training and our epigenetics at work, ladies and gentlemen. So if we want to talk about the history of Martin Luther King, we'll look at the background where he's from. He's originally from Atlanta, Georgia. Grew up in a, well, I think is a top class family. Not even middle. I think he's mostly upper class last time I checked, because his father was a preacher last time I checked. And this, don't quote me because I'm trying to remember, but this is what I can recall. And knowing so, if you look at Martin Luther King himself in Georgia, that he was a very intelligent man, a man that's roughly 5'7" or 5'6", a short man, mind you, very short man. And one thing that got him going throughout life is his intelligence. Well, exceptional man. Exceptional man. Meaning this man could read and write very well. Matter of fact, I think one of the few things with Martin Luther King is well known, even as a pastor, is you got to be able to articulate and read and understand the written word. That's something that people don't talk about. And before I continue, let me see what I'm looking at the likes. All right. I got a few people watching. Make sure y'all guys hit the like button. I see y'all. Like the stream, please. I'm refreshing some things. Yeah, something's going on. YouTube's doing something. I don't know what it's doing. Well, make sure you like the video, guys. Yeah, that I can't see this in the comment section for some reason. I don't know why. But don't worry. Let's move on. Actually, I'll keep that there just for people to see. Another thing, the man's well exceptional, knowledge-wise. And one of the few things that's known about MLK is he's able to well connect with people. He's able to connect in a way with his auditory that he's able to resonate to people's heart and soul when he stands and preach on that pulpit. One other thing that is not really discussed, that I believe he graduated with a doctorate degree up in the east coast of New Haven, Connecticut. If I'm right, I could be wrong. I got to double check. But he got his doctorate up here in the East Coast. And at that time, Martin Luther was messing around with non-black women. I think it was his father at the time when he was going to take one serious, even to the point as making one wife. But I think his parents, especially his father, kind of made him think twice about that. So the second best saying is while he was dating this white woman, he came across and was dating Loretta Scott King. Loretta. Which I think Loretta is a mulatto, last time I checked. And she was born here in the East Coast, New England area, New Haven. Ironically. Because they met through college here. I think that's where they met. Or some other means, but yeah, he met Loretta here in the East Coast. And mind you, I saw some pictures of people comparing that because she was not so fat, she still was cheated on. And you must understand, this is why people are so stupid. That because you're not so big and fat, that doesn't mean the man is still not going to step out, ladies. Even back then, even to now, once a man has more notoriety, status, and probably make more money, his options open up very greatly, even to the point that he has the capability, if he chooses to, and I mind you, choose loosely, to exercise the options. And every man moves differently, personally. Now, we could say that most men might not have a lot of dick discipline. That might be the case. But nonetheless, they do move differently in their own course by the amount of options that's presented to them. And the funny thing about all this is the only reason why we know about this is because the same FBI run by J. Egg Hoover, the funny man Uger, the man, the homosexual Uger, which he has a long history of cross-dressing, unfortunately, watch and pay attention to a lot of black leaders during the time he was around. And he was spying on Martin Luther King, even to the point that when he's on his tours and during his lectures, his touring across certain states, across country, that, he had this fun with other groups of women, mostly non-black women, from what the word on the street is. And they take lots of pictures and eventually present it to Miss Loretta Scott King. Now, ladies, you never asked, why did Loretta divorce Martin? And she had the capability to do so. Because people do get divorced, mind you. And I learned this from another elder lady throughout the sector here on the YouTube streets. And no one ever asked why she never did divorce Martin after finding out this man was having his way with other groups of women, particularly women that are non-black. And Loretta is partial black. She's a mulatto, half white, half black. I'll tell you why. Because she know the mission was more important than what her feelings are. So by default, she only focused on duty. Now, I'm not sure if that's anything power or some is, but when I think about it, it makes me think that she knew the mission and the more end game because she see the path down the line greater than her and her husband. And this is why when women like B. Simmone say some dumb shit out her mouth, it's expected. It's really expected, personally. Because look at this. She got money. Which man is knocking on her door personally that's seriously taking her seriously? And mind, she's around an arena, an environment where there's a lot of well-to-do men, mostly black men. We're not talking about the other non-black men, but mostly black men. Are you afraid that these same men that got more to you or just as much as you are going to exercise their options like Martin Luther King? That should be the question that every person should be asked. And personally, in my opinion, I think it is a scarcity mindset and some fear that the man they deal with might oblige that. Personally. And knowing this, knowing this, that Martin Luther King was a man nonetheless that did what was needed. And that's why I can't knock any man that does certain things that's a necessity that changed the climate of black people in America. And I vouch for Cerulli because Cerulli, because as a man, I understands better. And I have my views on MLK because I don't like certain things of the, what it called, the non-resistance. I'm not with that, personally. But after reflection of what was the real intention and the real end game of what the outcome will be and what was trying to achieve, I had to give the man some props. Because out of all things, he did something that really was really effective. Now, I can't say that Malcolm could continue on his journey that would have changed America's social order the way he was going at the time, because Malcolm was under Nation of Islam, and they moved kind of differently than most Christians, because Muslims and Christians move differently, if y'all know that. At the time, the Nation of Islam wants to separate within the nation, while Martin and the Christians want to deal within the nation, and not go nowhere. And the two will clash because there's two different ideology, two different purpose. So knowing this, that when they did met for the first time back in, 64, 65, it was a long overdue, Martin and Malcolm at the time. But nonetheless, they were going to meet nonetheless and come to a resolution. And eventually, what happened, systems came in, governments made decisions, they had to off some heads and all she wrote, you get me? And, first thing they did was took out Malcolm first, and 3 years later, they took out Martin for that reason. And since they got rid of Martin, that's when the church and state started to really shift gears because they want to make sure no one else would come in the rise of this. Unfortunately. So now when you see your Christians pastors today, they're supposed to be shucking and jiving because they have unfortunately been bought out. And they've been bought out for now roughly 54 years. People. It was not 50 or 40, it's been longer than that. Since MLK was taken out, that's when they had to change up things. So knowing this, that his sacrifice led to the better good for black people. And hold on. I'm just checking something, guys. So knowing this, that it matter of fact, to be honest with you guys, it does not surprise anymore when women talk out, they fuck them out and say certain things about black men personally anyway, because it shows disdain and hate and lack of respect of most any great black man, past, present, and potential future. There are some women out here that do hate black men with a passion, and it's shown rampantly as time progresses. Unfortunately. And mentioning that, this man was this and that for a reason, it's not really a good look person. But like I said, the world watches us anyway, and they see this. That's why we look at other groups of men, you never really say anything really negative about Martin Luther King, personally. Now everybody said we shouldn't care, but let's pay attention to this. The only thing they take out of Martin Luther King is "I Have a Dream" speech, but that's pretty much it. But all the other stuff that he did, they try to sweep under the rug because they know that it's something that will open your eyes as a person. And knowing this, that they only respect when he was playing Get Along Gang, Mr. Brown. But like I said, he did left something for everybody to really study and learn from the mistakes. And I think with the cheating thing, I'm beyond past it personally. It doesn't move me nowadays when a man cheats personally. There's such a thing, you know. I think when a man has more, he's going to explore his options. Hell, even the brokest of the brokest men got even better options than a man that has somewhat close to subpar more or more, unfortunately. So when they talk about this cheating, it's just a smoke screen, unfortunately, people. They talk about this cheating like it's the end of the world, but they know they love it. Matter of fact, someone wouldn't mind if other women are gravitated to your man. Matter of fact, they would not even pick you as a man if they know say other women can get you. If you're a bum and something that is not of any attraction to other women, your woman won't look at you as anything. Matter of fact, she will go out her way and fuck upon you on a given notice. Matter of fact, she's right now fucking on you right now as we speak, as I'm talking on this air. Ain't talking about explore options. They fucking on you now, boys. And you will not know unless you pay somebody to find out who. But like I said, you know, when Miss Simmone talk about say a human being and yada yada yada, ain't nobody give a crap about that. Man, for you, I think you need better off sticking with doing jokes, crappy jokes. You know, I think that's your role. You know, that's your job. Tell some jokes, tell nigga jokes. In regards to talking about other great men, I think you need to stay away from that conversation. Personally. But like I said before, I mean, this is the world we live in today, you know. We live in a world where, you know, we could say a lot of shit about other men. Black men especially. And it showed, and it proves my point that talking about black men, as much as I'm going to keep repeating it, it's like a broken record, it's safe. Matter of fact, you make money. Matter of fact, you will get monetized if you do it right. You know, you get nice clickbaits on social media and YouTube by putting the title of a black man. You will get enough. You know? Hold on, guys. Let's do this shit. All right. So, where's my mouse? So, like I said, and the link is in the chat room if y'all want to express or come up. That's optional. You can come up, click the link. I ain't gonna pin it. You see right there. It's not much people today going back and forth. So Miss B Simmone has her views about other great men. I mean, which I don't really give a crap personally. And the reason why we have to talk about this is because, let's be honest, to talk about who's good, who's that, maybe you should get a man first and keep a man for a while instead of being a jump off. That will be a good start. Start off there before you talk about other great men or other men generally in your circle. And I've noticed with a lot of ladies, they sure like to attack other women that are married, which I'm starting to notice now. And I was listening to Miss George, and she has a point that usually is an issue when a woman is in a nice, well, healthy relationship with a man. A lot of women hate that with a passion. They try to look for flaws in your relationship, ladies, if you're married to a man, so they could pick on you on that nonsense. I don't advocate it. I think it's bullshit, personally. But what do I know? Hold on, guys. Let me see if my thing is working. I might soon put a call line here very soon on here. I'm thinking of doing that. Okay, that didn't work. And let's be honest. If the roles were reversed, I don't think a lot of ladies would no mind having more than one mate personally, because they are very loose with their vaginas, so they want to flaunt to other men personally, and they would love to, I guess, cheat around and make sure the man is nice and loyal and pay the bills. I think that's what most women are looking for personally, because if you ask the same question with them, they'll have no problem. Matter of fact, they will scapegoat and think it's not a big deal because they want to have their cake and eat it too, unfortunately. And it looks like I have somebody. Is that somebody calling? Hold on.
Please leave.
All right. Hold on, guys. All right. So, like I said before, hold on. Who's this? Oh, that's somebody. No, worry. Let's distract it. So, like I said before, Miss B Simmone will sit there and then we'll make her comments and remarks. And let's be honest, fellas, it's something that talk about, but overall, when you look at the person that's having the most lip about it, you look at their outcomes in life. You know, are they well versed? Are they well read? You know what I'm saying? All the other things that I look at most other great men, I look at the work personally. I don't worry about all this other shit, in my opinion. It's irrelevant to me. I don't waste time with it. I don't expend no energy or time into this. I look at overall what work they did, what accomplishment they had, and has it changed the dynamics of people, black people especially. If it does all the above or some of the above, that's good enough to me. I'm not really concerned about what they do in bedrooms, personally. People that worry about that is more a person that doesn't got anything going on in their life, much as they don't got nobody in their bedroom, personally. And not only that, let's be honest. A lot of people wish that they were well accomplished, like the people that came before us. And I get it. But let's be honest. Once you're in entertainment, there's nothing really of any value you bring to society. And I will pose a question better for most people that can answer this if you get through this video. What purpose or significant purpose a person that is quote unquote a comedian that brings something to the table that's relevant that society needs? And let's go beyond laughter. If you could answer that and give me articulate that, I might give you a response and give you some praise, possibly, depending how well you give out this answer I laid out before you on the 40-minute mark of this stream. Same for anything in entertainment, which most of our people reside and take their talent and energy and focus on, is that that's the question I pose on the table. That's the question I pose and hope somebody can answer. So now let me try something new here. Since I'm already done my little rant, and if not, I probably will jump off of here. Let me try something new. I'm going to simulcast something. Actually, yeah, let me simulcast and see how this goes. This is a little run test because now I'm almost at the completion part of this live stream. So I'm just doing a little quick test here. So I'm going to put myself on a mute for a second. Be patient. I'll be back. All right, guys. I'm going to test the call-in line now. This is a new feature. For those that's hesitant, please call in. I'm running this because I'm doing something totally different for the first time. This should work. All right. All right, let me see this how good this is. If this works, we might have some good here, guys. All right, so let me double check the call line, make sure this is right. Yep, that's right. So all right, good. As we wait back and sit back and see, what else is trending right now? As you know, Mr. Samuels had his funeral yesterday at back in his home state of Oklahoma. I saw actual highlights of it. It looks pretty nice. Could be better, but like I said, this is just a funeral, not really a big one because I think they had their private funeral of this from the family members of Kevin Samuels personally already. So what you see on YouTube or wherever is broadcast something for the public personally. That's why they have the closed casket. I heard a lot of bad things about it. Like people expect that there was going to be a lot of major YouTubers, so-called celebrities was going to attend Kevin Samuels' funeral, but that is not the case, people. They already had that behind closed doors. So if you're expecting that they're going to just broadcast everything, you need to get live for real. What's this? I was just checking something. So, like I said, if y'all calling in, I'm gonna flip back between the two. See what's going on. Matter of fact, no, I'm not on this. It's not on this computer, so I can't look at the board. So I'll be bouncing back and forth to see how it sounds. I might have to hit up somebody to do a test, and I'm gonna do that right now. And if you want to come up, you come up. So bear with me as I'm doing something. And make sure you like the stream and share the stream as well. Trying to see if anybody's calling in. Testing. All right. That person's asleep. Okay, so I'll say this. If any YouTube think they're gonna replace Kevin Samuels, they're sadly mistaken, because only one Kevin and no one can replace what he did. And I mean that personally. Because what he has done successfully and galvanized in a short period of time is a testament of his the deal research efforts, work sleepless nights to find out what content works, and he executed every night, 5 to 3 days a week for the last year and a half, actually going on 2 years. Matter of fact, I think last week or the day before marks 2 years since he changed his platform from men to women. It was around this time. Yeah, I'm just checking something right now. That's nothing. Oh, we have a caller. Caller, if you could press *61. Let me see if I hear you. I'm doing a test. A nice test. All right, I'm probably gonna do this personally. All right. Oh wait, hold on. What I'm doing? Oh no, it's not a Q&A. Okay, you can speak. I didn't put the Q&A.
Yo, what up, Gary? Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, I just started you on the name. You said you were doing a test, so I'm trying to help you out.
Oh, I can hear you well. Who's this calling?
Big OC, man.
Big OC. Thank you, Big OC, for calling. And I'm actually streaming directly from my channel with the call line.
Oh, are you? What's your channel?
Chaos Reign. I was doing a test to see how this would work with this device I'm having, and it looked like working because I can hear you and me on YouTube live, brother. Very clear.
Is that REIGNS?
Yeah, Chaos Reign. The name of my name. That's my YouTube channel. Yes. Let me ask you some questions. Before then, let me check. Somebody wrote some in the chat room. Chaos, do you watch white master content creators? The answer is no. The only content creators I consume, if I'm going to consume, is pretty much anybody that comes around my algorithm, and usually that is determined by what I'm clicking on personally. I think how YouTube algorithm works is they'll recommend a video to you depending on what you're looking for or what you watch already, and it'll give you the same search engine as a recommendation. That's how it works. So in regards to the alleged white master, no, I don't watch their content. I don't even know which one of them are so-called manspherian besides the ones that's black. All right. So Big OC, let me ask you a question. It says here. Have you seen the little small clip of B Simmone talking about MLK and how he was I guess a bad man because he cheated? Have you heard about it?
I have heard about it.
Okay. I'm not sure if you have any.
Now,
Go ahead. Listen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, man, you know, as time goes on, chaos, people are writing more and more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people are doing more and more videos, and I believe some of the reverence of our past leaders is beginning to get broken down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's people are no longer using some of those past leaders as springboards as far as their message, the things that they taught, because I don't know if they're not seeing the things that they taught relevant in this time. I don't know if now with revisionist history they believe that that was a mistake. What some of those leaders were pushing for. So I believe we're in a time now where it's open for people to criticize our past leaders, or I mean, we're going to call them leaders because that's how we were raised, me and you, and our demographic. But are the millennials and under being raised to know Malcolm X and Fannie Lou Hamer and Thurgood Marshall? Are those our heroes and leaders to them?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, because I have kids in high school and in elementary, and I don't necessarily see any of that literature coming home. I remember the work we did when we were in school around, you know, during Black History Month and things like that, the certain people you read about, but I don't see that pushed as much. So I just believe we're in a time where it's just okay to, for lack of a better word, shit on, you know, past leaders, man.
That's good. That's good. Like I said earlier, one of the few things, kind of was a woman that mentioned about one of our leaders personally. like I said, nothing surprising anymore with the internet and how people are very loose with their mouths, and either have a clear understanding of history or they only go by just the subparts of it and then take it as a whole, like laziness, person. And I look at the real end game of things of what they really were accomplishing. I don't really go too much into personal life with any black leader of the past and possibly now the present and maybe the ones that potentially be the future, because I always look at what works have you done that changed the climates of not only this nation but the people of the race. You get me? The stepping stones for the so-called progression. That's what I focus on mostly. Big OC. All this other stuff right here is all just roadblocks to try to stop what a man, or let's say one, but mostly it's mostly men, stop what they're doing. Right.
But then again, Chaos, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
From your point of view, what are black men doing right now, specifically, that you can point to?
To be honest with you,
and when we're talking about what we're doing, be honest.
To be honest with you, as I'm looking as a man, to be honest, right now, the Negro, the black man today, has been complacent and lazy and stagnant. They're not really doing much to really push the needle after the 60s. Personally, in my opinion.
So,
what I'm witnessing.
So when you say that, can you blame the black woman for where she's at right now, or the way she comes at it? Can you really? So what you say is Cynthia G is right there.
Well, I don't go by Cynthia G, personally. And the reason I don't go by it,
take away her personality, because listen, Chaos, the only person that can judge a black man should be the black woman as far as if he fell or not, right or wrong.
The only people that could judge black men, personally, besides women, is other black men. Big OC. And the ones that it's gonna be that the ones that are younger that's coming up, they have the right to really ask the men that came before us what we're doing, personally. In my opinion.
Right. But if you say since the 60s we've been complacent, then
and to be honest with you, this is honest criticism, personally. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to say that, but to be honest with you, if the world collapsed tomorrow, Big OC, it's gonna make this black man have to either fight or flight, personally. Because let's go deeper in this. One thing Amiri said best, and I agree with my brother, is the only thing that this Negro care about is PUS, pussy, pleasure, and comfort. That's it. You give him somewhere to nest, some tail here and there, he will stay complacent as long as he's comfortable. Personally. And we have to be honest. Now, mind you, this is as honest I'm going to be as a man. Now, I can't speak for other men. Other men going to view differently that their situation is pretty much fine. I know if you know a few men personally in your circle that they look at black people, especially black men, situation as fine. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So that right there, that proves the point that there's no emphasis of doing what's necessary, because that's all the basic needs are met. You get me? Unfortunately.
Yeah, and I definitely get you, but do black men, in your opinion, have the same definition of manhood as the white man in America, or is it different?
To be honest with you, manhood today in the 21st century, every man defines it differently. My definition of manhood is different from somebody else, personally. Somebody might think their manhood is they take care of the family, Big OC. That's it. So, but before we go further, I see a lot of people pop up. Who's 708 on the bottom? Hello? 708? Interesting. Who else is on here? I see Yashua's online. I see Restrictive mute themselves. So I guess they're listening. They don't want to speak. Okay. Okay. So anything else, Big OC? Cause that's much question I can lay out right now. And I don't know why you mentioned other content creators personally. I don't reference them personally. I try to refrain as much as possible because to be honest, I don't give more broadcast than it need to be, in my opinion. You get me?
Yeah. I got you. I'm just trying to get to a sentiment that I know that you possibly will be familiar with, as opposed to trying to lay it all out. But I'm just trying to give you something where I've heard the sentiment of what you're saying, just encapsulated in a lot of her rhetoric.
Okay.
That's all. Because if you say we've been complacent, I'm like, that sounds familiar. And I'm saying I'm hearing it from black women, as far as from that side, right?
And mind you,
and
mind you, women only complain on what they produce. You get me? You got to put your sons in certain positions possible to break that complacency. Unfortunately, they can't just come out your womb and hope that they're gonna come out what they want. You got to put time and energy into these boys, because these boys are the future men. And there are simple solutions to really correct this properly. But if I lay it out, it's gonna be unfriendly. Hell, it's gonna be get pushback. And I know from default, a lot of people are comfortable with the status quo of black people in America, personally. You know what I'm saying?
Now, but Gary, do you feel that, and you say it may be uncomfortable, but are you speaking to black men too at the same time?
I mean, black men knows what they have to do. If I was speaking of black men and they're not doing what they should be doing, that this also applies to them as well, even including myself. You know what I'm saying? But I do what I can as best as possible. I mean, I can't speak for the next man, but for those say that U.S. man, you know what you have to do. And if you're not doing it and doing it as best as possible, then you're wasting time. You get me? In my opinion.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, Big OC, I want black people to hear me well. I don't expect perfection. We're not perfect people. But if you put in the little work and just correct certain things that is problematic in your life and take it step by step, it will eventually fix itself. Eventually. You get me? So, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So, like I said. And you know, it's funny, people they will not hear that. They want to hear, I mean, not say it here, but that's something that's not known to most people, the way I say it, how I say it personally. You get me? So, yeah. But anyway, anybody else going to speak? If not, forever holy peace. I might shut this down, guys. Because I know y'all guys listening. See, Judge, Summit, Abrigo. All right. So, y'all guys listening. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Since I have no more other people want to speak, I'm probably going to, where's the line? I'm going to put this on here. Oh, here it is. Q&A. All right.
Q&A session has started.
All right. So that's pretty much it on my section. So it looks like this was a good success. I like this. The volume was good. I could hear myself. I heard everybody else speaking, as I could hear on my end on this side of my channel. So, you know, that's pretty much it. Oh, let me do this. I don't be too bothered with this. Let me stop this. All right, guys. So that's it. I hope y'all got some out of this. 60 minutes was good enough. I hope you go back to replay of this. Also, the last stream I uploaded, I kind of thank everybody that watched and liked it. I hope that was helpful for y'all. I will put it in the end of this stream so you can go back which stream I'm talking about that upload. But that's pretty much it. If you are new to the Chaos Rain channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that red button, that top bell, not that middle bell or low bell. You don't get enough from the lower and middle bell. You must hit the top bell. That's when you know there's uploads and live streams here on the Chaos Ray channel. Also, follow me on Twitter at ChaosRay7. And add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And we could chat it on Facebook as well. Or you can follow me on Twitter. And last but not least, go to the About section of my page on YouTube on my Discord link and join the Discord service. Be the chaotic ones, you know, as we push to 1K and greater. It's going to be a fight, but a fight nonetheless. And all else will be uncivilized. So next time, you know where to find me, people. Let it chaos reign.